Okay, so there it is. I've started recording and on my first shot at doing this, and I have no idea what this may look like or what it may sound like. It should sound better than I have in the past because I have a brand new microphone from my rock star next door neighbor. We can only hope. Thanks for being here or watching this whenever you watch it. I've had a lot of people contact me, especially in the education field, saying that they're a little bit stressed out, more so than usual. These are bizarre times that we are in, absolutely. And you have a right to be stressed out. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with you or the way you're reacting to things, but let's see if we can't work towards you getting a handle on that so it's not debilitating in any way, shape, or form, and you can go on being the absolutely amazing superheroes that you are, doing amazing feats. So the sessions that I'm going to put together here are going to be your standard sort of meditation sessions, each with a slightly different focus. I don't think they're going to be progressive. They might be. One might lead to the next in a little bit, but they probably, I'm hoping, will stand alone as well. With that being said, those of you that are new to how I do things, I like to start all my sessions with a deep breath through the nose, but whilst putting my hands in the air. Lots of reasons behind all of that, but I'm not going to go into that right now because you got other places to be. And then after we've taken that deep breath, we'll let it out in 5 little breaths, and then we'll just follow our breath. Make sure you're comfortable and whatever that feels like for you, sitting there. You get your spine a little bit straight if you can. You're going to breathe normally throughout this, and you're going to follow your breath. And I find in my head, if I narrate what my breath is doing, that tends to help. What we're going to focus on today is what I would call discovering the thinker, because it's not necessarily the events that make us anxious, but how we react to those events. And we react to those events by the thoughts that we have about those events. Now, I'm not saying we have to blindly accept everything that happens. Quite the contrary. I think we should put ourselves in a position where we can respond to whatever is happening in a way that is the most skillful that we possibly can, as opposed to reacting and just running around like your hair's on fire, which I know some of you are probably doing right now. That being said, so I will have some bells and things. We're going to go for about 12 minutes. Every 3 minutes, we will put our hands in the air again and let that out, and I will give you something to focus on. So how this will work is there'll be an opening bell. We'll throw our hands in the air. We will breathe from our belly. And every 3 minutes, we'll put our hands again in the air, take that sharp nasal breath and bring it down in 4 pieces. And I will give you something to focus on. So we sort of stay on task, if you will, mentally for the full 12 minutes. Once again, I hope technically this all works. I'm open to all kinds of suggestions as to where we're going to go with this and how I can make it better for you. Hopefully this is the absolute worst one that I put together and they get better from here. Or they just stay this mediocre level of excellence. Okay. Are we ready? And you are following your breath right from the moment it comes in your nose and when it exhales. You're not forcing it. Just follow what it's doing. You will have thoughts coming into your head. Let's just acknowledge those for now and return our focus to our breathing. Next little session here, start to pay more attention to those thoughts that are arising as you try and focus on your breathing. What's the nature of them? Where are they coming from? Just like how they meander, how random they are. After you've identified them, but not judge them, return to your breathing. So identify the thoughts as they arise, perhaps their origin, but then return to your breathing every time, because this is you taking charge. Hands go up. Deep breath through the nose. Let it out. Try to become more aware of where those thoughts are coming from. This is you actually discovering your mind just by acknowledging those thoughts and then returning to your breath. Deep breath through the nose. Hands up. 2, 3, 4, 5 little packages of breath coming out. And as you become more aware of their thoughts and where they're coming from, and you're starting to observe your mind and what it's doing, you have to realize that these thoughts are not you. They're just the way your brain is reacting to the input that it's been receiving over a long period of time. You're not those thoughts. You are who is observing those thoughts right now. And you're going to take charge of where your attention is going to be in relation to those thoughts by constantly redirecting your attention back to your breath as it just goes in and out on its own. You see the thoughts for what they are. Passing fancies, really. And return to your breathing. You're in charge. Sharp breath through the nose. Our hands goes up. And we let it out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Really focused on our breath now. The thoughts are never going to go away, but over time, you will help them fade into the background, and you can put your attention where you want it to be. And you're doing that right now. See how relaxed and easy your breathing is. Just constantly return to it. Perhaps your thoughts are vying for attention right now as we're getting close to the end of our session. Just acknowledge them. Go back to your breathing as it goes in and out. As we finish up, take your 2 fingers like this, put them up just where your head articulates with your neck, and just some nice gentle circles back there. Well, I hope you started to be able to observe the thinker and realize that that thinker, those thoughts are just in response, mostly from your fight and flight center of your brain, to tell you that things are going so pear-shaped. And whether they are or not, there's no need to focus on that. Focus on what you can control. And there's going to be people out there, they're going to act just like your thoughts. And they're going to try and wind you up. As the ancients said about things like that, fuck that shit. They're just like thoughts. You can go back to your breathing and you can choose who you can pay attention to as well. surround yourself with calm people, and help those that aren't so calm. Hopefully you can revisit this video if it works at all, and maybe do it again tomorrow. And then we'll see you on Thursday, unless you think this was a total waste of time and you won't be back. In which case, I'm just talking to the dogs, who have been remarkably quiet, and I'm thankful for that. So thank you for giving this a go. I'm going to stop the recording. Anybody wants to hang around and chat afterwards, that would be special. Okay, until next time, keep breathing.